Alright peeps, welcome back to Under Pressure. Now this episode of Under Pressure is gonna be very special. At least for me, because I've been planning this for over 10 episodes. It's something I've dubbed as the Infinity River. And that is why we've started putting old platforms all the way out of the Tatty Pit V2's river here. And due to all of these fancy pants platforms that we're popping doing, we're running a tad low on planks. We have 8 to be precise over here. So I feel like we need to absolutely crank some more plankers in. But not before ensuring that we pop impermeable floors underneath all of these buildings that are overhanging the river here. And due to beaver access and whatnot, we need to do that before we pop these bonus lumber mills in. But once you've got those very high priority impermeable floors on, we can go ahead and plonk loads of bloody lumber mills in here. You just give it the old auto rotate, and away you go. We could easily fit a third in there. But before I end up forgetting, let's ensure that we've got impermeable floors cracking along on there as well. All the impermeable floors are maximum priority, and the rest of it, just high. Now it's not just the other side of this natural bridge where we need the impermeable floors. We need them all across this river, because we will be incurring a lot of pressure on this bloody map. Now one thing we may have to sort out are these water slurpers of the large variety, because they require a hole. And if we've got pressure, that hole becomes a bloody bad time, even during a good tide. So I'm going to go ahead, delete these 3 floodgates here, and ask the beavers real politely to casually pick up the rubble as fast as possible, please! Oh, now isn't that different? Instead of having a lovely blue irrigation circle in the middle of the Tatty Pit V2, we've got a lovely green one. And are these homeless beavers? Beavers? Are these homeless? Oh, we need to sort that out. Well, it looks like the big Hoosing Terrace needs another upgrade. Or do we leave that bit of the Hoosing Estate for now and turn our attention round to this wee Hoosing Estate, the OG Hoosing Estate? This is the first house we built on Under Pressure. Plus, I do want to utilise this little dip area here for a bit of water slurping, especially considering, you know, we're not going to have any doing here anymore. So let me get to work making a fancy pants Hoosing Estate, and I'll get back to you when it's all ready to get plopped in. How do you rate me fancy new Hoosing Estate? I mean, we can only build 2 houses for now. And to get into those 2 houses, we need to build a few other things. That's alright. It's not like the beavers have got loads to be cracking on with this episode or anything like that, you know? I do love that that's the minimum I need to prioritise to get this built. This is fantastic. This is going to be a grand old bit Hoosing Estate here. And then on the other side of the Hoosing Estate is where we're going to be doing some emergency slurping. Oh, and the straw actually fits! I was a tad concerned that the straw wouldn't fit down to this level. But it does, like nowt's a matter. So let's get myself a fancy diagonal path on. And then at some point, we'll decide how we're going to get up here. But before any of that, we need to blow up the bloody dynamite in there. And you know what? Because I'm feeling frisky, I'm closing the sluice. We're going to be irrigating the Tatty Pit V2 via our brand new dams that we're popping across the top. But I would like you beavers to get this dam up and running rather sharpish, because we're about to overspill. And we'll probably want to get all the water in this bloody kidney bean that we can. But if not else, we've got the zippy lines grafting like nobody's business. We've got the mining scrap metal, which we need for all of those impermeable floors. And if we have a wander in here, we've got the bad water rig, slurping up all the bad water a beaver could possibly want. Now while we've got the zipline beavers beavering around, let's have a look at the grill top hill. We've got the automatically paused water slurper. That is fantastic. I love the automations mod. I did remove some automations on this bad lad, so it stays at 1 for now, because we're not ready for the water seep to pour its water doing the old bad water burp just yet. Not until we've got this up and running. Whichever I click on, there it is. It's going to be our new water oot. So we're not going to be pushing water out this entire hole anymore. We're going to be forcing it right out of here. And we've got a backboard on there, because we didn't want to flood the oaks. But we can happily flood the rest of it. Although there is a gaping hole in our plan here, you know, this one right here, that all the water will pish down instead of into our reservoir. So to fix that, I say, we just fill it in, as much as we can anyway. You know what? Could I be clever here? I could be clever here. I could be clever here, you know, peeps. If I delete, you know what? I don't even have to delete all of those. Let's be proper clever with it. We're going to have one bit of dirt, because that will allow me to fill in the rest of this bloody hole here. And I'll be able to fill in these 2 blocks once I delete these stairs. Well, I'm kinda proud of myself there, using me brain and that. Hey, Beavers, any reason you haven't... Ooh. Right, we need to go around and check our priorities on this bloody map. Oh yes, fair dinkum. Beavers are hammering in all impermeable floors. Let's just say for now, these are all high priority jobs, not massively maximum priority jobs, because then that'll give the beavers a chance to actually do things that I need them to do with a maximum priority. I've had a look around the map. The only maximum priority things that the beavers have access to build are these bloody floodgates. So yes, beavers get to building these bloody dams. And while I was checking priorities, I noticed that we have 2 beavers without a D, and that's probably... Oh, look at these bloody full warehouses! The carrot cornerers here all living their best lives, and their lives are about to get even better, because we're about to blow up some bloody TNT! And then pop some stairs down, and let the beavers blow up the rest of the wee canal they've got going on here. And finally irrigate this corner of the carrot corner. Now for fancy beavers such as ourselves, this should not be an issue. That will be though, pause! So, while editing the last video, I realised I made a fatal flaw when it comes to the bad water situation. So once a bad tide occurs, saying, 3 days or something like that, bad water is going to start pishing out of this side, but it's going to get to layer 2. And we have a big old gap here, not to mention the big old gap we have up here. Now we shouldn't get bad water coming all the way up there, but we will contaminate our bad water down here. And then when the bad tide ends, we're going to have a bit of bloody contamination to deal with. So instead, we're going to ask beavers to pop 3 floodgates on down here, and they are going to go all the way up to 1 whenever a bad tide starts, and come all the way down to 0 whenever a bad tide ends. And that, beavers, is also a maximum priority job. And for you to actually be able to access it, you're going to have to build some more platforms up here. So even more maximum priority jobs for your beavers, but you really need to get it done. Oh, anywho, the reason I was over the carrot corner is they've got spare beavers, so I'm going to real casually twack some beavers from the carrot corner to the tatty pit. V2. Alright, new beavers, how did you get on putting the... Oh, you haven't even got 1 in yet! You haven't even got 1 in yet! And it's about to bloody overspill! It's overspilling! Now, this would be a cause for celebration and a day off, but not when we got a bad tide incoming and a bit of bad water issue pressing its nose on the window. I am genuinely shocked, though. We only got 6 in. Beavers, what are you even playing at? Right, let's have a look at this. Do we have all the builders that we can? We absolutely do. Yabba, where are you going? What are you doing over here? You're a builder. What are you... what? Sorry, what? Why are you coming over here for logs? You've got an entire oak plantation to get logs from. You've got 1,000 obtain goods. Maybe that was it. Maybe because it wasn't obtain goods instead of supply goods, because I was doing some shenanigans previously. For now, well, let's get back on we Abba here and see what they're bloody doing. And why are you swimming? I mean, do you see all the beavers there going through? Why don't you sort that out? Name more grilled spadadocs. Name more grilled chestnuts. You know what? Name more berries. You don't need any food. Tatty pit. V2ers. Other than bloody tatties. And yous have got plenty of those to be cracking along with. Oh, and the builder's got all of these in. That was great. So you just have to whinge at them a bit and stalk them. And then they'll just get it done. Oh, that's fantastic. We get another half a block up here before starts our spilling the big old kidney bean. And that leaves us with a whole 2.5 days. Oh, we got beavers already gunning in here. You know what? I'm gonna come in here with yous and see what the crack is. Ooh, there's a bloody lot of beavers in here. And I suppose I do have a lot of bills going on asking you today. So how are yous doing? I mean, if I press T, we'll be able to see. Oh, they've even got 1 floodgate in already. That's perfect. Well, almost perfect. They need all 3 of them in to be perfect. But they're doing a cracking job, aren't you, laddie? I'm half tempted to do a speedy up bit, but I'd either have to do it here where you see the beavers banging, or I'd have to do it looking down there where you just see things popping in, and it would probably be a tad naff. Oh, we got a builder coming out with a bang! Go on, get that platform in, war kid! I see you banging, and when you stop banging, I look down, and there it is. Probably not the best speedy up because I'll be doing this all the time, and it'll be very bloody jarring. Oh, we're getting caught in the builder's loop! Go on, get that floodgate in! Right, let's press escape. Get out of there before we end up just staying in that bloody tunnel forever. Oh, and it looks like the Beavers didn't manage to get all of the terrain blocks in, so we've still got a bit of cave floodage here. But don't worry, we'll sort that out during this bad tide. Ooh, and look in here, with Beavers, they've only got bloody 2 things to get banged in, and then our bad water repulsion system will be done. Or at least, it'll be done when I click explode on these 3 kabooms here. Now, I'm a tad torn about the angle I should use here. Do I go down here so we see a hole up here? Or do I go up here so we see the kabooms? I feel like, ooh, we could do in here, and we can see the kabooms, and the hole in the floor. Look at that bloody hole! It connects onto the old bad water poop chute from the other source, which if we have a quick zoom over here, you can see. There they are, holding back all the good water, and ready to open the second we get some bad water in here. And while I was blowing up this tunnel, did we get the last of the... Oh, I can't access it from this side. I can't access the other side from this side. By design, MiGly. So I don't know why you thought you were going to check and see if the floodgate was in first person from over here. I am trapped in the bad water tunnel, you know. I'm actually trapped. I'll show you, right? We'll jump down this hole and then we'll do a bit of a speedy up bit until we get to what we plopped in the last episode, which is, yeah, look at that. The bloody levees. And then upstream of the levees are the old water sources which we've got sluiced off. But I am actually curious if I'm stuck in this bad water tunnel. So let's do another speedy up bit, going all the way down the other side. Oh, I see the light. But the light might not mean, oh, I can't escape. I can get out. Oh, the lovely sunlight. And the lovely big mine here that is just going to forever be covered in bad water. Most likely. I wonder if I can get back to the map this way. Don't worry, I won't make you sit through all of that. What we got up here? Oh yeah, I can easily get back to the rest of the map this way. You know what? Let's have a look at what that beaver's doing the hole. And what these beavers that are ziplining now are doing. You know what, actually, I quite enjoy. I'm going to try my best to leave that bit uncut. Because I quite enjoyed this perspective of coming through and seeing the scale of all of this. Oh, I've got beavers up there and all cracking along. So yeah, Mr. Builder Beaver, what are you cracking along with doing here? I know what they're cracking along with, but I've never shown these. So down here, we're popping in some levees and some impermeable roofs. AKA cutting off this entire bonus bullshit section from the underground river. And if we go back down in a new bit of river cut, which I need to enter from over here because I'm too tall to go underneath the platforms otherwise, we'll see that I've even spent another 2 levees blocking off this bit of bullshittery. And this isn't even that big of a bit. But the reason I'm doing that is because once this bad tide's well and truly in hold, we are gonna demolish these 3 levees here. Get them going. But until then, we've still got 1.3 days left of this temperate season. So let's see if our bad water repulsion system is up and running, which it bloody isn't. I was about to say which it bloody is, but I would have been bloody lying. Now please, Beavers, tell me you can actually reach that. I'm sure you can, but... Oh, yes can. Yes can. Yes are just being lazy. Or, you know what, give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they've only now just got that platform in that I can't click because I'm in the wall. What I am curious to see is, are we overspilling? And what does the new texture look like on these floodgates? Dams. Every time I'm going to make that bloody mistake now, aren't I? Hey, it's not half bad, is it? That's a lot nicer than the other one, which was just like a big 4-sided pointy triangle into the middle. That's very clear when the water's going to overspill now. And it looks so clean and tidy as well. I really don't like all of these hungry and thirsty beavers here, like. There's no need for it at all. Ooh, while we're the tatty pit. V2. Why don't we have ourselves a little bit of a check on? Ow, the who's and estate's coming along? Of course. None of it's built. But we do have 9 beavers we're now today. And they're over here. And there's 13 jobs to be done in the Carrot Corner. Well, clearly I went a tad overboard when I was immigrating beavers from the bloody Carrot Corner to the Tatty Pit. V2. Alright, beavers, how are you cracking along doing here? I just managed to get all of these in yet? Ooh, not quite yet. But I reckon once we get the water to underneath these stairs, we're going to have the whole corner all irrigated. Now, one thing we done in the last episode was get this grill up and running. But we didn't put any grilled chestnut storage. So, of course, we're going to plonk another warehouse on top of the warehouse stack. And that's going to house all the grilled chestnuts. Now, to get up here, because we're fancy Carrot Cornerers, we're going to be utilising the fancy pants curved staircase to real efficiently get us up the top. And here now, beavers, you can just crack along with that at your leisure. Because for now, I've got 0.6 days left until the bad tide hits, and I want to make sure that we're not going to get bad water everywhere, beavers! Alright, fair enough, fair enough. You just need someone to come out and swing a hammer. But please, don't make me send you up to 24-hour working days. Tell you what, like, the beavers are cutting it fine. I'm going to have to send the working hours up. We're already up to 19. Different makers gone up to 24. Well done, beaver. You've just allowed your colony to clock off only half an hour late. Now, in this last 0.1 days, let's make sure the automations are correct, which they are. And now what we can do is turn the hood off, wait for the sun to rise, and watch this barred water repulsion system. Oh, that is grand! Right, I have to. I just have to. I have to run away from the barred water speed 2. It's going to be even faster. And when I drop down this hole, there may or may not be barred water behind us. Ooh, that's catching us up. Press sprint. That got a tad bit scary there. Damn, this tunnel is longer than I remember it being. All right, I'm doing. And the barred water's doing with us. Look at it go! Oh, yes. We finally have a proper barred water repulsion system with under pressure that isn't just hold it in. Now, did we get overspilling? We did! I suppose now the question is, do we overspill these floodgates? We do! And if you're wondering why I'm here being like, do we overspill the floodgates and all excited? Ye should be too. Because this is the... Look at that! The cupcake! Oh, I completely forgot. This looks mental from underneath, doesn't it? Oh, look at the beaver zipping across. Right, stop getting distracted, MiGly. You should be excited for these floodgates overspilling here, because this is the last time you are going to be able to see the water all the way down here. And the last time we utterly waste good water by pishing it down this river channel. Yes, the wasteful part. Allow said water to just gush out the map. All the way out the map over there. It comes down and around out the map out there. But what an absolute waste this is, isn't it, peeps? Like, just look at it. I'll just stand here. We'll do a mild speedy up bit until the water stops flowing over. Because this is a historic occasion right here. The last time we waste water on this map. And since I've completely failed to actually tell you what the Infinity River's even remotely going to be over the past hour and a bit of recording, let's do it while I got the speedy up bit real quick. It's going to be a river that flows in on itself. It's not infinite, that's why it's not an infinite river, and the term infinity's already been demolished by marketing, so this is a totally not clickbait Infinity River project. And damn, I could just hang about this map all day long in first person, like. It is lovely. You got the windy hill up there. You got the zip line. You got a beaver about to get on the zip line in Ganyem. And of course, the stars in the sky. Oh look, we still got a little bit of leakage. Hopefully, not from up here though. Nah. We are now a solid 2.5 blocks in the kidney bean reservoir, and I clocked it. Well, you got a 15-day bad tide, or 16-day to be precise. That's not off bad, that like. Now we should have both of these spurting out water, that is fantastic. And honestly, I think that should keep all of these spider dogs hydrated for the entirety of this 15-day bad tide. It takes quite a while for the water to evaporate from up here. And once we're done with this project, that's all the water will be doing. Evaporating. I am buzzing for this. I don't even know if it's going to work. But I have, thought about it on and off for 10 episodes. And then between this episode and the last one, I have properly thought about it. So why don't I take this lovely 15-day bad tide to talk you through a plan here. So you already know we're a lovely water source, and the water source all the way in this corner that's now currently pushing bad water down there. Don't worry about this column of bad water, it sorts itself out. So via various clever little irrigation tunnels and techniques and tactics, all of that water flows into this kidney bean reservoir, especially with this being down at 0.5 now. This should be the only place that water flows out. It shouldn't overspill anywhere else. I had already put this up to 1, but I'll reduce that down to 90 as an emergency overspill, because we should never get that high in this little reservoir. Once the water flows down here, it's going to be trapped underneath the platforms. It's then going to flow through the tunnel, which is going to be completely coated in platforms with impermeable floors on top of them. The platforms are going to continue pressurizing the entire river until, you guessed it, this corner here, where we are going to get the water to go down here, all the way down this new locked off bit, which somehow, for some reason, still has water in it. Where's the leak? Ah, there's the leak. It's just a levee that didn't get prioritised correctly. That is the MiGly Players Timberborn experience right there. We mustn't have got these in time either. But these levees are in. There's definitely no leaks here. And as I alluded to earlier, we are going to demolish these 3 levees and pop sluices facing the way we're travelling. So the sluices will feed back into this underwater irrigation, which will go through here, through this sluice, up all the way in to the kidney bean reservoir via here, as well as flowing down here, coming all the way up here to get, once again, into the kidney bean reservoir, and generally just help pressurise and keep all of this system up and running. Because, you know, the carrot corners here, they do entirely depend on that irrigation system to keep their carrots irrigated. Ooh, is that it? Have we got water down here? And that's all the irrigation we're getting? Well, in that case, I think it might be time to test a theory, a comment theory. Because I was advised, if you create a 3x3 irrigation pool, that you get heaps of irrigation. Therefore, I am going to create a 3x3 irrigation pool right here on the furthest edge I possibly can from the irrigation that we need. So we need this corner here to be irrigated, and I am blowing up that bottom bit in the basically opposite direction. You know what? I will make it even harder for this to work by moving the tunnel across one there. So our 3x3 irrigation square is going to be right up here, essentially irrigating this bit of the map here, which we're not using. It is as far away from over here as we can get it. So if this little 3x3 that we're blowing in here actually makes this area green, that is undeniably comment correct. I'm actually super keen to see what happens here with this. If this works, I'm buzzing because I've just learned and tested and proven something new to me. Oh, look what Beavers have got the hoses in. Now they just need to build all the supporting infrastructure to actually get the Beavers into the hoses. Oh, speaking of hoosing and supporting infrastructure, let's get our planks back off these platforms here. And then we just plop loads of dynamite doing... Oh, well, that's annoying, isn't it? We're going to have to get up there to pick up all the shite. I mean, I'm joking, obviously. I'm going to use loads of dynamite to push the rubble onto the deck so we can pick it all up together. The only tricky bit with that is remembering to delete all of the dynamite that you placed before your beavers come along and blow it all up. Now, we have been seeing beavers diving in here, so I'm curious at what stage they're up to. I have been doing some work in here, like the tunnel below, which, you know, we'll show you now. Oh, look at the bloody windy hill there. Now, one thing I done, which you can't see, is I filled in this bit of wall here because it went in one, just with dirt, because it was the easiest thing to do. But down here, I popped in 3 levees, because there's absolutely no need at all for the good water that we're going to be sending down here to end up on the bloody bad water dome. Now, just for context, we were standing just on the other side of these levees here, and the bad water dome is just over here, which is also known as a massive waste of water. And that's all the work I want the beavers to do in this tunnel. So I might even delete these ladders and get the planks back from them. Now, even when this hole was a fully functioning bad water poop chute, it did have a layer missing here, just one, but we plopped in platforms, recycled the planks, and created a lovely water out here. so we can push water out here and straight down into Infinity River. I knew that the beavers have recycled the old ladders from inside the tunnel. We can get them to recycle the staircase down to the tunnel. And then we're gonna seal the bloody tunnel all the way down. Apart from, of course, the very bottom. That's going to remain intact. You know, we're just very simply plonk loads of dirt until we get to here, and then we're gone sorted. And then to not be cheap, we're gonna corner it out. Now, strangely enough, we're running out of metal blocks. I couldn't imagine where all of our metal blocks are going like. It's an absolute mystery to me. But not to worry, we've got all the power one beaver colony could ask for. And we do not need a second bloody cogger. Or the OG stairs down to the tatty pit water. What we need in its place is a big old smelter there. You gotta love the temporary industry, don't you? Yeah, now beavers, I really wouldn't mind you getting that up and running. And since we are barely keeping up with our scrap metal with one smelter, oh, we're already at 8! Well, we're gonna have to max out our bloody mine, aren't we? I thought I was at 4. I thought I had another bloody doubling in us, but I didn't. I'm checking in on the irrigation here. Just going up to a 2x2 or a 2x3 doesn't seem to have helped. We still don't have full irrigation here. Although we might have had a couple more get planted, but that isn't definitive. For example, we've still got some dry ground underneath these carrots here. And the obvious lack of carrots planted over here. And we are pretty close to getting both of these out. We're waiting on 1 explosives and a beaver to bang that in. So did that make any difference? Have we got a bit more irrigation here now? We do! Look at that! The beavers were straight in. Now, let's go down another level. Oh, we've got a beaver banging it in. Oh, and the winner away! Oh, there's not enough planks. Fair enough. I thought the beaver just got lazy and was like, nah, it's clock off a clock. I'm clocking off. Oh, morning, beavers! Get your asses out of bed. Unless you're a late night beaver, then get to bed. But the rest of ye carrot cornerers have got a lot of work to be doing because we are about to blow up the last bit of tunnel once we get a builder gun down here with their hammer. And then once that's been blown up, we're going to have an army of farmers planting carrots in here. Look at that. It actually did spread the irrigation somewhat. And that is completely from the wrong direction. And it's left 4 bits of bloody carrots not able to be planted. And that's not so matter. I can just pop another 3x3 or put this 3x3 where I wanted it in the first place, which is here. And that genuinely should get the irrigation sorted for the rest of this carrot corner here. And you know what? I quite like this being green here. I might have to send the canal over this side now. I think it's easiest just to go across and then see where I get blocked. Hang on, why didn't I get blocked? I should be getting blocked, shouldn't I? Or does it just remove the carrots from on top? Yes, it does. If you didn't know that like I didn't, be careful, peeps. Because you may inadvertently destroy some bloody farming ground. And then because we're irrigation leg ends, we're going to pop a cheeky 3x3 in there. Ooh, and another idea I had was to pop some floodgates across here, like this, and just have those always set at 9.5, so they can keep water back here to keep at least some of this bloody plantation green. The rest of it, you're just going to have to dry up. It's the way it be. But I figured I may as well get myself a mad little reservoir that goes all the way through to this tunnel here. And just get a little bit of extra water stored up, you know? And go on! We'll build a bloody small warehouse platform all the way over there for the beavers. What's not to love about a cheaty deety small warehouse platform? And I reckon that is the simplest and easiest levy hour. So we are just not going to have water coming over here. It's not going to do it. It's going to go down in here. And just infinitely flow back upon itself, providing I've thought it through properly and actually fill all the pressure gaps. This being one of them. Now, of course, for most of the river, it's just 1 tile, but for this area here, we're going to have to go 2 and 3 tile on the platforms. And thankfully, that's all we have to do. There's no 4 high bits, it's all 1, 2 and 3. And as well, while we're over here, I reckon oh, nice. Let's move this bloody rubble first, and then we can have a look at the bloody big shaft that the dirt excavator's making. So now that that rubble's accessible, let's see if the shaft has entered another shaft. It has not. And is that at level 0 now? If I go down to level 0, are we there? Yes, we are all the way down, and we didn't hit a single shaft. We were a couple of blocks off here, and I'm pretty confident we were literally one block off the actual bad water shaft, you know. So yeah, 1 or 2 blocks off on that shaft, but that's all fine. Ooh, a corner of a block off here. Like I was saying, that's all tickety-boo. Because we didn't connect in any shafts, we kept our shafts separate. And look at this, peeps. Even with our bonus smelter and our emergency lumber mills, we are still at the tippity top of the battery here. Not even a budge. Now, kind of, maybe not the only issue we have here now, but the main issue we have here now is that we have a lot of building to be doing. And rather quickly as well. Ooh, would you look here? Our beavers have only went ahead and got loads of dynamite in. I actually thought they got them all in until I saw that bloody flag up there. But nonetheless, they got some of it in so we can get some more fancy pants hooses in that the beavers still can't access. And I tell you what, like, if there's something we desperately need at the moment, is more builder huts. So I'm just going to start slapping loads of builder huts wherever I can bloody fit them. And all of these builder huts, maximum priority, naturally. Oh, we got some beaver builders banging in the impermeable floors there in the tunnel and on the other side of the tunnel. Now that does make sense because the impermeable floors are all maximum priority jobs. The platforms are high, but to make sure they actually become pressure proof, these old impermeable roofs are maximum priority. And while we're over here, we've got some things we need to be sorting out, didn't we? Like, for example, recovering logs from these big old power wheels that we do not need anymore. Finally get rid of our one last handy dandy small warehouse. And instead of turning this into one big old pile, I'm just going to ask the beavers to start building platforms over the top of it. That's how they can access it all. Of course, at a maximum priority. And that's that bonus bit of the river pressurised. No issues at all. Oh, would you look at that? My bonus little irrigation pool did get the rest of the carrot corner irrigated. I love seeing this whole bottom bit all greened up. And I suppose once our beavers are finished hammering in all of these little platform tunnels, we'll have this whole area nice and green. So as it currently stands, we still have a ways to go. And you know what, peeps? I'm going to do something I've never done before in Timberborn. I'm going to go over to the Migrate Population tab and set up automatic migration. So the minimum amount of adults we need at the carrot corner is 35. Anything after that, we need to be getting them over to the Tatty Pit V2. And just to play it safe, I'm going to give the Grilltop Hill a minimum of 30. No, I'm not, because they're going to get a bonus beaver for no reason. They're staying at 29. The minimum on the Tatty Pit V2 is 150. And we should get beavers going over automatically. Now, the reason I'm doing that is we have more beds than jobs over the carrot corner. So this is like a little breeding area. But it does mean we're going to end up with potentially homeless beavers over at the bloody Tatty Pit V2. That's right, we need to switch the sluice on. Oh, Divin, tell us. No, Divin, tell us. Oh, good. We've still got some time before that stuff dries out. I suppose that is the downside of hammering the impermeable floors on. You don't know how low the water is. Water? Yeah, I definitely have water on. There is no water in here. Okay then. Let's set this sluice back to auto so it can open on up and get some water/irrigation doing the Tatty Pit V2. And I suppose since we're over here, we may as well address the whole pressure system issue over here. That's right, we're going to have to get rid of all of this here. This entire staircase from top to bottom. And when I say bottom, I mean bottom. Now I will say, I maybe should have done this part before deleting the stairs. But we are going to have some room for the water to be contained within. And you know what, actually? We didn't need this to be a proper full-grown chop down and bring up trees again. Don't worry, it will remain a forest, but not a working forest. Just like I'm going to do the same over here. Need more oaks. All of our oaks get grown up here. I mean, that doesn't help me with the whole getting over here issue, but 3 ladders will certainly help us with that issue. Why we're flooding? Why we're flooding? Why haven't you stopped? Why haven't you stopped? You have stopped. Why are we flooding then? Look at the water pishing out of there. Oh, it's wonderful. Didn't make us out to be a liar, game. You're making us out to be a liar. Why are you doing that? And why is this now all of a sudden overpressurizing? Close above downstream depth. 80 then. That'll help us out a little bit. Surely? Why aren't you closed? The downstream depth's above 1. Why? Oh, why aren't you closed? It is closed though. Look, it's closed. It's closed, but it's still pissing out water. It's definitely on auto. It's not on open. It closes above 80. It says it's effing closed, but it's still pissing out water. In that case, I'm just going to close here. Stop pissing out water, and we're going to have to rely on the new Infinity River to keep our tatty pit V2 fully irrigated. Look at this wasted water, man. It's an absolute disgrace. I said we weren't going to be doing this anymore, and look at this, telling absolute fibs because we're going to be pissing water all the way out the side of the map here. Both ways. Way number 1, we explored down here. Way number 2 is this little hole in the wall here. But thankfully, the water didn't make it that far. I mean, it's still bloody wasted though. Whoo! Alright, we need to chill out a wee bit. I'm going to maximum prioritise this getting built over here so we can get these bloody levees in. Because I'm sick of wasting water. Oh, look at that. We've got beavers coming round already. You know what? I'm going to do. I'm going to maximum prioritise this whole section here to get built. As well as all of the dirt here. And then dive underground all the way through to where the water levels are almost equal over here. So I can go ahead and delete all 3 of these levees. Oh, it's been many of episodes since we've had an open passageway here, hasn't it? And before the episode's over, we're not going to have any more open passageways. Because we've got ourselves some maximum prioritised sluices to get on. And they just stay open all the time. I mean, should I? I don't have anything for it to close, so I may as well just leave it straight open. Now, I am genuinely curious what the teleporting water will do here. Oh, the arrow's facing the wrong way, but maybe we can still get it. I want to see the water course down here because it's bloody terrifying! Quick, run back! I got caught up on the levees, but I maybe could have ran all the way out here and then up the stairs and actually got out of it. Well, for now, we just need to leave the stairs in place so our beavers can get down to bloody getting those sluices in. As well as getting round to plonking this little corner in, because I absolutely need to see some progress being made this episode, because I have planned for this to either be a 1 or 2 episode thing. So, unless we have 2 bloody 2-hour-long episodes, we need to get some progress happening. I mean, I naively thought I was going to get this all done this episode, but I definitely want to get it done in 2 episodes, 3 episodes at an absolute push, because I've been waiting long enough, and now that yous know what the plan is, you'll be eager beavers to get it all done, won't yous? Just like all of our eager beavers here are smashing it all in. And with those levees in, it puts a ticking timer on the whole Infinity River as well. If I don't get the whole thing ready by the time we overspill the kidney bean reservoir the next time, we are going to be flooding the Tatty Pit V2. And I mean a proper flooding. And while we're doing a speedy up bit, I'm curious to hear if any of yous have seen or heard or thought of a bloody Infinity River in Timberborn before. And I purposely don't watch heaps of Timberborn content because I don't want to be stealing people's ideas and all that stuff. But I haven't seen any of this flow up anywhere. And if this Infinity River works, I have got heaps of things we can do and test with it. It should be ridiculous in all of the best ways. Oh, now I have a feeling that I can't count. And we still have a deal left of this bad tide. I really want to see the whole floodgates go. And there's a few things I want to get done before we, get some more irrigation done here. Are we run out yet? And I also realised while I was doing that having all of these platforms as maximum priority probably means, yep, there's not a single plank knocking about inside of these sluices. Or metal blocks. Yo, what? Oh, it's right, because all of the bloody blocks are maximum priority as well. Right, this whole thing needs to not be maximum priority. Let's go. We need those sluices in before the turn of the tide, which, is in 0.8 days, beavers. You've got today to get the bloody sluices in. Now, what we're going to be doing over here is essentially the same as what we're building over here with the dirt. We're just going to make a pressurised waterfall with some platforms in the middle, because the middle of this bad lad is going to be very special. Well, once we get these pines out the way it will be, Now, a shit shock horror to nobody, apart from me, we are running out of food at the Tatty Pit V2. These are supposed to be chock-a-block full of tasty, tasty treats. But they're not. Oh, does that mean we're okay over here? Oh, of course we're okay over here. The grill top hill has never let you down. And that to me says that we need a couple of more grills. And I think what better place to have some grills than right next to the bloody zipline station where all the beavers are often very hungry. You know, beavers, with your 511 logs, please chuck 50 of them in here before things get proper serious. Oh, we got any water down here. That is grand. That is perfect. So now we need to delete all 4 of these floodgates, recoup the resources, and just replace them with platforms. Keeping it all simple. Although since we are running out of food, I should probably change this back to auto. So, you know, some water can come out and irrigate this bloody tatty pit. And then for all of these accesses down, I'm just going to be deleting them as and when I can. Popping platforms on, same as the rest. Ah, lovely. Now we are properly wasting the water, and I almost missed the switcheroo over here. Let's watch the floodgate gone down and fresh clean water flood out and hopefully not go back down this tunnel. Oh, beavers, I really needed you to have these bloody sluices in now, you know. Like, really needed to. And you just haven't. You just bloody haven't. I mean, there's only one cupcake to blame for that, isn't there? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're gone. Well, level's gone up, it's gone and down, it's gone and up, it's gone and down. This bad water is just simply chilling. Like a villain. Oh, this is nae good. We're bloody back flowing. We are actually on a timer now, you know. Like, we are properly on a timer. May have deleted those floodgates a bit prematurely, to say the very least. But what can I do about it now? Other than have ourselves a mad speedy up bit, hopefully not getting underwater, and seeing if we can get all of these sluices in. Come on, one more beaver, I'm underwater! Although this camera angle does show me that the water, if nothing else, is flowing in the correct direction. And we can check on all of our little blocks, so we're not getting water back here. We're not getting water back here. This is a nice, efficient little river that is now mildly overspilling. Oh, no. I mean, you know what? Actually, this is the Infinity River. It's currently working. It's currently being an Infinity River. The only thing is, the only settlement that's actually benefiting from our current Infinity River is the Carrot Corner. Because they utterly rely on this bottom layer of water here. Speaking of, how far you getting now here? Because I don't see any irrigation doing the bottom. And that would be because he's on nowhere near getting it all done. Fair dinkum beavers. But yeah, now let's check over here because we are probably... Right, I need to... Oh, what do I need to do? I don't think it matters. I don't think closing this matters. Unless the sluices are in. Let's have a peek. Let's have a peek. Beavers, did you, exhausted little fella, actually hammer in the last of this sluice? No, there's still beavers going down there. But I'm thinking, as it currently stands, the pressure on the whole system as it tries to fill and get up to the old kidney bean reservoir will reverse this flow here at some point and force water to overspill from here backwards, completely drowning the tatties in the tatty pit V2. But maybe with all of this closed and big and here and the beavers having this sluice in, we maybe can prevent all of that from happening by closing this. So if that's closed, that is essentially a levee now. There's no water flow. There shouldn't be an issue with flooding until we overspill here, which we are a good block and a half off. So we're... Oh, nigh on 2 blocks off. Spot on. So we've got a little bit of time before we overspill and flood our whole tatty pit V2. Tell you what, like, when I'm just checking everything here, this is quite the bloody ask for the beavers. We are covering over. We are basically creating a massive culvert for this river here. We're not putting anything on top of the culvert. We're just making it. And since we are done with doing this hole, we can get this ladder deleted. And of course, replaced with a platform topped with an impermeable floor. Well, if nothing else, our bad water repulsion system has worked bloody flawlessly this episode. Even if we did have to put a dodgy little floodgate situation in to make it work properly. You know what? Our beavers are making fair dinkum progress doing in the hole and all. And I don't think I've shown you this yet actually. But this is just simply to make this room smaller, a bit like what we did in the tunnels over yonder way, making the tunnel smaller. But, you know, significantly smaller this time. Especially considering the fact that, well, we're filling it in with dirt. Therefore, we really do not want any water in here after this. And of course, that bit of dirt there was never going to get placed because the triangle's facing the wrong way. We do a couple of auto rotates, and now it's a matter. We'll just demolish the staircase that used to be there. We'll allow the beavers to pick all of that up, and then we'll ask them real politely to just fill in the gap completely over here. No more water doing there. In a 6-day temperate season. We're back at it, I suppose. We're back at having no bloody time to irrigate. I suppose it's a good thing we're getting our Infinity River up and running, isn't it? With these bloody 6-day temperate seasons we keep getting here. Ooh, the beavers have finally got the bloody pine suit. In that case, it's time to get the rest of the dirt wall up. Now that annoyingly means deleting that ladder stack. But now that we got all of this dirt here, we can go ahead, go out of the water, and pop in a large water slurper. I mean, the large water slurper just fits bloody perfectly there. It slurps directly from the kidney bean reservoir and can get all the way down to the bippity bottom there. Now, a food situation, I'm saying that we're getting some grilled tatties up and running. Not a lot of them. But what we could be doing as well is getting another bloody bakery on the go. I mean, we've got the old cattails. Why aren't we making cattail crackers? I figured we might help with beavers out a wee bit. Get them some logs and gears and 8-hole treated planks by deleting this large water slurper. And of course, filling the hole. Now somehow, we've got 3 stranded beavers. Down there? Look at all of the beavers grafting! But other than all of the beavers grafting, we've got 3 beavers just kipping down here, stopping this bloody block from getting plopped in. And the only way I can think to fix this is by deleting all of these bloody platforms here. And then I suppose I'm just going to have to go one at a time, aren't I? 1 platform, 2 platform, 3 platform, 4 platform, 5 platform. Love building loads of platforms for no bloody reason. You know, excessive platforming aside, that should allow beavers that get stuck on this block at any point as they go up to escape and get back in the ladders. And ye 3 stranded beavers, I have affectionately named you precisely what you are. We got Gormo here, we've got Pleebmeister 4 here, and we've got Needs Bloody Threadlocker, because they really do. And you know what, seeing these bloody plebey beavers doing here, it's got me thinking, that's a perfect little cliffhanger, isn't it? Will we rescue the 3 stranded beavers? You know, for realsies, I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. I very much hope it's the first time you've heard of an Infinity River in Timberborn, and I hope very much that you come back for the next episode where we are going to complete the Infinity River. So make sure you tune back and see if it even works at all, or if this is the most genius thing Timberborn has ever seen. But until then, have yourselves a wonderful old time, and a toodle